Have you ever wondered how your soul challenges us to evolve and grow at a pivotal moment in our lives? Today, let's explore how your Saturn return can serve as a profound catalyst for transformation and self discovery. What's up, family? What's the deal, man? Let's get it on. Dreamwise here for another one. Boy, it's been busy, busy, busy. I'm damn near out of breath. Moving fast, but we're gonna get through this thing because oh boy, there's a lot to uncover and a lot to unpack, especially when you see symbols or people going through a particular adventure and how it relates to your particular adventure down here in the third dimension. So hey, I'm excited about this one because Yachty, God has my birthday, um, coincidentally. And essentially, you know, I know what he's going through in the particular time. Now, it doesn't matter about the bag, whatever money, materialism stuff, that stuff doesn't matter. I can see myself in the young guy just based off of what he's going through and hitting his 27th birthday, which is right on time for his Saturn return. He done turned up right on his 27th birthday, huh? He said, fuck it, I'm going in. He seen one little comment and he just instantly, hey, that's how you know a lot of this stuff is about the air, is about spirit. And spirit will move you in particular ways based off of the time of the day. Enough is enough. Sick of being tired or sick of being tired, right? And just based off of a conscious awakening that's supposed to happen to you, right? A conscious awakening. So if y'all don't know, Saturn return is the planet of responsibility. Saturn is the planet of responsibility and obligation. When your natal Saturn returns, it makes you question your life up until that point and brings you face to face with some tough lessons. It'll make you question your life this far, and you may even switch up your path completely. That shit happened to me, boy. I'm talking about chaos in the blood. And I didn't even realize it was happening to me when I turned 27. See, I knew about the Saturn return, but I wasn't really thinking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? You a hood nigga, you in the streets and shit. You're not really worried about that shit like that. You feel me? You just heard rumblings of it, hearing Bobby say some things, but not really heavy on your heart like that. How many of y'all put a one in the chat in? What's up, family? What's the deal, y'all? I see y'all here. Put a one in the chat if you went through your Saturn return or is currently going through your Saturn return. Chaos in the blood. Some of y'all is currently going through that bitch right now. And it's beating y'all motherfucking ass, especially in this particular time when the world is at a different zone of genius. Oh boy. Nigga. And look, I gotta share this with the family because I'm telling y'all there's something strange going on TikTok. Just bear with me. I'm gonna share it a little bit later because I'm telling you the plays are up. Spirit is in alignment. See, look, y'all know the story. The guy is drowning. The guy is drowning, and somebody with a boat comes by and say, "Hey, come on, get in. I got you." And he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna wait for God." Then a bigger boat comes by and say, "Hey, come on, get in. I can save you." And the dude drowning says, Nah, I'm gonna wait for God." Motherfucker drowns and dies. Then he gets up to God and he says, "Hey, God, I thought you was gonna come save me." He said, "Damn, nigga, I sent you two boats." So when I show y'all this TikTok thing, I'm just telling you straight up what it is. You're gonna have to run the play straight up because at the end of the day, this shit is happening. And if you a spiritual being like myself, you just follow spirit, and that's all I've been doing. And the manifestation's been coming on heavy tenfold. Like I just showed the Patreon family, I just received a $7,500 check in the mail. Like randomly. You feel me? I'll show you all that on this bitch. Another $450 check from my home insurance thing. Another $750 from that hurricane thing. And then this TikTok thing that went off just based off of me small following spirit. Look, hold on. Let me just show y'all real quick. Cause I'm just showing and telling, baby. Just show proof how following spirit is gonna put you in alignment completely. If I could pull it up, let me see. Maybe I can pull it up on this computer. Because I've been telling the family this and they ain't believing me or something. So look, this is just today. Hold on, how you share screen? Because you know I'm one of them niggas that show and prove. You feel me? This is today. Today, TikTok. $800. What time is it? It's not even 9:40. You feel me? Hold on. Yesterday, let's go last 7 days. 1,600. Quick. That's some of y'all's mortgages and rent. You feel me? So look, the reason why I'm sharing that is because I want y'all to understand, like yesterday, right? Because I just did it yesterday. And I was chilling, I'm about to edit a video, and spirit hit me in the head. Boom. Put that damn supplement. I just did this shit yesterday. Put that damn supplement on TikTok, right? I knew about it, but I was procrastinating, being lazy, whatever, right? I said, fuck it, whatever. All right, bet. Boom. That shit took flight, boy. I just did some of the things, followed some of the steps, took off. So, you know what I'm saying? Going from $150 to $200 a day to now this TikTok thing taking off like that. Them young kids on TikTok, I'm fucking with them. Shit. Chaos in the blood. Let me stop. So, hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is. There's something strange going on, and you got to follow spirit just based off of this technology wave can work for you. And shout out to my bro guy Yosef, because he's about to do a technology build in Houston, 10/11, October 11th, where I'm gonna be at. And it's gonna be absolutely fire. Some of the information that he been telling me, nigga, I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this bitch. I'm telling you, it's called technology magic. You don't want to get the live stream, whatever you have to do, because Yosef, he's not gonna put that bitch up. He's gonna be procrastinate, wait to put it up. You want to see this thing in person or live or on the video. Trust me, nigga, because that shit is fly. All right, let's get it on. So let me show y'all this Yachty video real quick, because this nigga here, so y'all can just get more context and clues and understanding of what's actually happening with the young god. Wait, let me make sure my sound is on so y'all can really hear the thing. Hey, join that Patreon. We're building. I'm telling you, join that Patreon. Some of the stuff that we're doing, we're building and growing in our purpose.
She's like a very disrespectful, rude, egotistical person. Niggas kicked you out. Like kicked you out because bullying you. Bro, go ahead, tell people how you talk to people. How you tell my security guard, oh, you homeless, oh, you work for me, oh, you ain't got no, you're poor, and we above you. And
this Yachty talking about one of his homegirls. Supposedly she was his best friend, and essentially, they had a falling out, and essentially what's happening is during his Saturn return, as he's turning 27 on August 23rd that just passed, he just unleashed out on a specific comment based off of him just being sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? So Yachty, he has that good heart kind of thing, right? He's trying to save everybody. He feels guilty because he he came into the bag at an early age at 19 and stuff, right? So now he's seeing all his friends being broke and bummy and shit, and he feels like he has to come save them. Captain save a nigga, right? That's the same shit happened to me, boy. I'm talking about chaos and blood. So when I was in my 20s, early 20s and stuff like that, the same exact stuff was happening to me on a level of proximity. And I'm thinking like, hey, I got to take my hood niggas with me. I got to take my niggas with me because we grew up since we was 5. So now shit, fuck it. Y'all got to come with me. Let's do this drug thing and let's make it happen. You feel me? But proximity doesn't always mean that they're supposed to be in your life. See, a lot of y'all just have proximity friends, and then proximity friends is holding you back and holding you captive from your true self. In order to get rid of them proximity friends, you got to get real with yourself and understand that you don't like to do that shit, nigga. And y'all are just in a addictive behavior of trauma bonding based off of the poor position y'all were all in. So with me, same exact experience. I said, damn, 27. I'm in my drug thing heavy. We all drug addicts, you feel me? And I got love for my partners, but we just grew up 16 smoking weed all the way to goddamn. But shit, they still in it. You feel me? Bars, Percocets, whatever, cocaine, all of that shit, right? They rock stars. And essentially, some of them died off, some of them went to jail, whatever. And this rising, or when my birthday happened, August 23rd, all I thought about was my partners that had transitioned. That shit was crazy, boy. I was like, damn, why am I thinking about these niggas on my birthday? Like, god damn. But I realized one of the aspects of it was me being heroic in my Saturn return during that specific time, right? And trusting spirit, what I was feeling, instead of trying to live in that egoic nature of holding on to something that I didn't feel right about. I was holding on to our relationship because, we played basketball together, football, AYA football together. We ran plays together. So now I was trying to hold on to something that was supposed to be a test for me, right? And I was supposed to transmute that test based off of me being a spiritual being from birth. So, hey, I get it. Some people are just automatons by nature, and that's where they came down here to be. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the gods. I'm talking to the goddesses. I'm talking to you. You see, when you can hear my message and you're a soul being and this is your last ride on this earth. So now during that Saturn's return, dark night of the soul type energy, right? 27 to 30, this is when your whole world has to shift based off of you being responsible for your soul's travel. And if you ain't listening to God in that particular moment, which is you, then you will come back and try the fuck again. You'll die off early. And you'll have to come back in that baby brain and try again. And that trying again is going to be, it can be one of them stories where you trying again and goddamn in a real improbable situation, or maybe it might be a thriving situation, whatever it might be. But you will try again to learn that you have a mission to accomplish down here. And that mission is based off of your heart chakra and knowing what's right for you. So after I did all them drugs and stuff, there was something that hit me like, nigga, I need to get sober, right? I need to fucking go cold turkey and get sober. I don't know what the fuck. Well, I do know what it is. It's spirit, right? Spirit said, nigga, you need to just go cold turkey on these bars. That's exactly what I did. I went cold turkey on bars, weed, alcohol, all of that. And for 2 weeks, I was in a coma. And that was 28. That was my 20. Yeah, I think I was about 28, almost going into 29. That's my Saturn return. And when I took that leap of faith and said, all right, spirit, whatever this is, fuck it, I'm going for it. Nigga, I woke up out of that comatose and I looked around at my partners and I said, oh, nah, nigga. Hell nah, boy. Y'all is not supposed to be in my life. Chaos in the blood. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. Now, look, them proximity friends is a motherfucker. Them proximity friends, you trying to hold them tight because they were your neighbors and you used to play hide and go get it. Hide and seek with them niggas. Nigga knocking shit. Riding bikes, stealing bikes. Stealing candy out the out the hood grocery store and shit. Oh God, hey, I'm telling you, that shit is a jump for your ass. Them proximity friends will fuck you up. They got your heart chakra in a stranglehold, boy. What? I can't make it up. Hold on, let me show you. So boom, y'all know the chakra system, right? Ages 0 to 7, root chakra, sacral chakra, 8 to 14, solar plexus, 15 to 21. If y'all don't know about the chakra system, definitely go into a deep dive. Go get you any book, throw a rock on Amazon and just pick a book and just start reading about the chakra system, right? Heart chakra, this is the key. 22 to 28. Now, remember, the heart chakra is the love you have for others and the love you have for yourself. But that bottom half of the heart chakra is essentially the love you have for others, humanity and shit. Trying to be like a good Samaritan, right? And be in the world trying to serve people and stuff like that. But it can be convoluted with, hey, I just love my partners and shit like that, right? I want to look out for them. Just like this Yachty situation. Let me continue playing this video real quick. Just like Yachty's situation, and in him going through that particular diatribe adventure of him being stuck with his proximity friends.
Whoa, hold on. Tell people how you verbally abuse people. How you told me you gonna me when you see me. Tell people how you talk to people, bro. How you your brain is clinically imbalanced, bro.
That nigga a little feminine. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. That nigga Yachty got a little bit of shit, little feminine on it. That's why his nails be painted and shit. Shout out to the guy, but goddamn, he really in touch with his feminine side. You feel me? And that's good because that's part of the magic. That's part of your divine feminine energy that you have to embark in. That nigga got a little bit too much. It's a little too much today. He need to go and do some push-ups or something. Get in that weight room and shit. You feel me? Go play some football.
How you disrespect people. How you go around treating people in your everyday life. I've been letting you do this whole thing where you act like you like a princess and you sweet and you know like, oh, you just such a good girl. Bro, stop the front, bro.
See, he said, I've been letting you do this thing. So from damn near, let's say 19, let's just put it at 19 to now he's turning 27. He's been letting his friends, you know, treat him in a particular way that might be belittling, right? And that might be, you know, not really into what he's into, right? Especially in the music lane and stuff like that. And not really seeing the reciprocity in what he's doing, right? Even though all of this is Yachty's fault, but you know, we go through our growing pains and stuff like that. So in him having all these proximity friends, the Caribou Girl, the Concrete Boys, right? Mitch, right? His other friend that do the podcast with him. In all of that, he hit that 27 age and he said, hold on, man. He looked up, he woke up and said, hold on. Enough is enough. Nigga, I can't be just supporting y'all habit. Look, this nigga a millionaire, 19 millionaire, up, doing his thing, right? Just based off of his creative genius and his music. So, okay, there we go, I'm back. So he a millionaire, right? Doing his thing and stuff. And essentially what happened to the God was in him having such an open heart chakra, because us August 23rd babies, something about that Virgo and that Beauty and the Beast, right? We might have beast mode in our creative genius, but then we had this open love, heart chakra, virgin, Mary type of energy that springs forth us to, you know, be Captain Saberhose and shit. You feel me? Except for Kobe, that nigga transformed early. He knew he said, nah, I don't need no friends. And really, that August 23rd Kobe energy, him being friendless like that, was really him getting into his bag and becoming and doing his divine creative thing heavy. You feel me? So them proximity friends can hold you back from your divine purpose and your divine drive based off of you trying to save niggas because you feel sorry that they bummy and that they don't have no ambition and drive. Look, I'm just telling you what it is. This is going to take a little bit of action. This is going to take a little bit of courage. And you can't save everybody. See, look, with me as even a spiritual teacher, all I can do is tell you. I can't like literally, and now even my bitch ass, I'm going as far as even in the Patreon, trying to move forward in the aspect of doing some of the spiritual work with you. You feel me? Because I know what it takes to transform and transcend this earth realm and be an observant of the world instead of being stuck in the automaton nature and just being robotic. Look, I just showed y'all all the manifestations I just pulled off. And this been about what, 2-3 months, right? Of just manifesting. And now I could even go further back, years, right? So not showing that shit to brag, I'm showing that to give you the understanding of where you're supposed to go with this thing, right? In the mental plane and the spiritual plane, where you can see and receive your messages clearly and then run the play on the messages, because that's how this thing works. That's how this contraption down here works in this human thing, right? So yesterday when I did that TikTok thing, and I really didn't even think about TikTok, and then all of a sudden something moved me and shifted me to, all right, let me put this product on this damn TikTok. And we post a few of these videos and then they take off. That's it. That's God. You feel me? Nah, Dream, go ahead. You hear that little voice in your head? You got to do that shit. You feel me? Because then, oh, happy day, right? But if you are staying in the egoic drive of the proximity friends, right, based off of your heart chakra being so damn open, right, and you're not really listening to the true self, your higher self, them niggas will call you and shit and be like, nah, come on, nigga, we gotta go to the club, man. Fuck. We gotta go, you know, shit, damn, that chick gonna be there, shit is going down. Your loins is just going crazy. You're like, that shit gonna be fly though. You know you got 500 left to your name. That nigga trying to talk you into going to the strip club. You know that strip club is a trap. Well, shit, I'm gonna just I'm gonna take that. I got 500 left to my name. Strip club. Demons in that bitch. You think you're gonna make it out with that 5? Boy, please. Especially don't let your ass get paid the next day. Or even in my situation, you making the drug money, so you like, shit, I'm gonna make that up tomorrow. Fuck it. You feel me? And you damn near say you hey, you talk yourself into going just based off of you believing you're gonna make the money off the tabs you're gonna sell. Hell nah, boy, that shit funny than a bitch. And then you don't even sell the tabs, you giving away to the bitch because they so fine. You in that hole giving away free tabs. Yeah, go ahead, girl. Get you drunk and shit. They playing with your bitch ass. You mesmerized by the ass. You looking a zombie in that bitch. You looking crazy. You damn near drooling in that bitch, leaning back, looking crazy in that hoe. Ha! Maybe I hit. Maybe she gonna let me hit. I got a rolling shit. And sometimes that shit work. You know them tabs. They rolling. You start feeling okay. Bet we hit. But other times the monsters, the demons, they know they like. Nigga, let me get this sucking nigga real quick because I know he got the tabs. What's up? Oh, what's going on with you, nigga? Chaos in the blood, baby. Hey, my homegirl, I was telling the Patreon family this. My homegirl, she done hit the lick. This was back in the day. She was a massage therapist person or whatever, right? She got one of them. She was spiritual too. She got one of them NBA players to pay her rent for the whole year. I think she gave it up like twice, nigga. But still, you feel me? Hey, that 50,000 quick. I know. So I hear some of y'all females now. You like that shit ain't cool. That shit you got. Hey, that's that moralism shit. I'm about to talk about that right now. Hold on. I'm about to talk about that right now. So it says Saturn return. Everyone will hit their Saturn return around 28, 29 years old. This is a period of intense growth, discomfort, and maturity. It is there to teach you to take responsibility for yourself. It'll make you question everything. It'll force you to make important life decisions. Important life decisions. Important life decisions. See, in my case, right? If I didn't take that leap of faith and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going cold turkey sober off of these drugs. And you know, by then I was already taking drugs for 8 years, heavy every damn day. 9 years every day. So it was like a normal thing for me. You feel me? So I could have died in that 2-week process, right? Smoking weed every day, drinking every day, barred up. And you know, that those experiences, right, of the drug abuse is essentially me running from myself from 19, basically damn near 16 to fucking 29. You feel me? Or 28. So me running from myself during that particular time because that's in alignment with the heart chakra, right? Was me not really leaning into what I wanted to do. Look, I was reading and studying NLP at 16, 17. So because my proximity friends believed that that shit was trash, now I can't be in my great divine adventure of the psychology major or whatever the fuck I was supposed to be, based off of me believing that that shit was nerdy at the time. That shit ain't gonna get you nowhere. Fuck that shit, right? Based off of the peer pressures of my homies that I always been around. You feel me? So now I'm feeling like, well, yeah, this shit might not even do nothing, but I knew for something in my spirit said, nah, you're gonna need this shit. This shit right here is it. All that goddamn rich, what's the book? Think and Grow Rich, 18, right? Uh 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 all them what's them books called? Them Robert Greene books, all of them hoes, you feel me? 48 Laws of Power, 50th Law by 50 Cent, Art of Seduction, all of that was read by myself. You feel me? I tried to put my homies on that shit. Them niggas like, nigga, we don't want to read that shit, folks. Fuck that shit. We want to get some ass. And I'm thinking to myself, like, nigga, this shit gonna turn us up into monsters. Shit, we'll really be on. You feel me? Couldn't get with it. So then I should have at that age understood that, oh, okay, these niggas ain't even on my level. But being in love with the glamour so heavy, I fell victim to the earth realm, the glamour, the root chakra, right? The animalistic nature of this thing. And because, you know, you perceive that the females like the dangerous type more and more, then you start to change and transform into the dangerous type. And then not only that, not only the drugs is influencing you, Jeezy album influencing you, all the music, right? Then all the hoes, hey, that goddamn, hey, that goddamn hood is a trap. I was telling when I was teaching, right, back in the day when I was a teacher, I was telling my students and shit because that it was the same elementary school I was at, right? Same exact elementary school I went to in the hood, everything. I said, damn, I know this is something I gotta learn. I was telling them little kids, especially the little black boys, I used to say, nigga, this is gonna be hard, nigga. I promise you it's gonna be hard. But if you can just put your mind in the right space and transmute out this bitch, you'll be gold. Cause then look, no daddy, no father in your life. Oh, the odds are stacked against your bitch ass. I'm looking at some of them little black kids, I'm like, I said, hey, I could just do so much. I was teaching them meditation, everything. I was giving some of them kids the God energy quick because I didn't give a fuck about none of that curriculum shit. I was just thinking about them and trying to find if I can hit them with some spirit quick. Because if you let that hood spirit get to you and really engulf your spirit and just you stay stuck in that particular mode because you're stuck in this 4th Street proximity. So you're stuck with your proximity friends, the proximity hoes, the proximity bad food from that goddamn food town and shit. You're stuck in that proximity and you can't see nothing better for yourself. Then you get older and you go past the 4 squares, right? The four streets, but your mind is still stuck in them 4 streets. So you still doing the same thing over and over and over again based off of your subconscious programming of this is what it is. This is, hey, we supposed to be poor. Oh, I'm supposed to, yeah, I've always been poor, so that's what it is. Mama feels like she's supposed to be poor for the rest of her life. So then you pick up on that unconsciously and you live in that truth. Nah, I can't do better. I can't. I just showed. Look, let me. Okay. Y'all playing. I'm just trying to help. And y'all sitting here playing. You got to get this shit right, family. I'm telling you. The mind is a motherfucker. And if you get your mind right, you can break free of that program rope learning thing that's keeping you subservient. You feel me? Hold on. Let me share my screen again. Boom. Almost at 8:23, guy, baby. It's not even 10 a.m. So that's what I'm saying. You can do this too. And I'm telling y'all the truth because the TikTok is here to save some of y'all niggas. The Instagram and all of that, this technology age, and when y'all see Joseph's thing, when he does his thing October 11th, and you put that magic to it, which I know y'all niggas got inside of you, right? Then this shit gonna be easy. This is a piece of cake, nigga. I wake up every day happy, enjoy. So that's what I'm trying to explain. Like, we can go further than what our program has been based in. You feel me? Some people think that 50,000 a year is a lot of money. So now, because you believe, right, in your mind that that's a lot of money, that's where you literally keep your ceiling at. And that ceiling, right, is just you keep on hitting that bitch and never going beyond it based off of your mind saying, oh, whoa, that's enough, baby. That's enough. You'll damn near self-sabotage yourself to not make more than that 50. You feel me? So then when I'm saying that spirit is what animates you, spirit is what moves you. So when spirit moves you, it moves you into particular adventures based off of you just doing stuff and understanding that spirit got your back. So then you'll just naturally go, like, for instance, let's say spirit said, hey, look, I just need you to go to the car wash, the hand car wash, or whatever, right? Boom, you go to the car wash and you meet a bad chick there. You feel me? And you courageously step to her. Now she puts you in the game with the real estate plays, and now all of a sudden you got 5 houses. And now you up based off of you following spirit. So that's what I'm saying. You can't limit yourself to how this thing is going to come into the fold. You got to keep on moving and keep on doing strange things. Like when I showed y'all that $7,500 check, right? That came randomly, right? Based off of us putting in so much money for the longest, right? And that, oh shit, oh happy day, right? That's what I'm talking about, the strange. Look, this is what I'm saying. When I ran into Phil Cooper, the person that had the magician, nobody ain't never met that nigga, man. Nobody ain't never had his books or nothing. So now, all of a sudden, back then, when that shit was a big deal too, back then, I'm boom. Do my spiritual work, whatever. There it go. Boom. Run into Phil Cooper with the magician and literally get the real copy. I got a lot of these. And y'all remember back in the day when I used to sell them to y'all. And I was selling these hoes to y'all for nothing, I think. I can't even remember. This is before anything. So if I wasn't even staying in my zone of genius to say, hey, I want a physical copy, right? And boom, physical copy comes, but I build a relationship with Phil Cooper where I'm like literally picking his brain and shit because he love, he probably just like, damn, this nigga here, da 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 da. And y'all go see the YouTube video when I did the interview with Phil Cooper. Shout out to my bro God Trav too, because I put him into the fold as well. That's what I'm talking about. The strange, random shit, randomly, right? All right, let's keep it rolling. So that's what you want to look for. You don't want to fall into, the redundancy of the robotic nature of the world. You feel me? Because that's automatons. And if you're thinking outside of the box, right, essentially your spirit is going to guide you to plays that will work for you. So these proximity friends is fucking you up. And if you're in your Saturn's return right now, or if you already passed it up, right? If you already went through it, you got to really look at yourself and evaluate, did you do your introspective look within? Did you really go to that place of transforming yourself during that particular time of the Saturn return? And was you trusting the process? Because now you might have just went with your proximity friends that are automatons, and they're holding you captive from the spiritual being that you're supposed to be based off of you not following spirit. Now, look, I need y'all to go see this movie. This movie was absolutely off the chain. We have seen it. We have seen this movie the other day, and I said, that's it. And Patreon family, we might watch this whole together and do a deep dive on it because absolutely amazing movie. And see, we was talking about this movie, Hitman. D-Ray and I was talking about Hitman and That Average Joe. So, That Average Joe is Dion Cole's movie on Netflix, right? And he did a terrible ending to that bitch. And I was like, damn, black people always got to self-sabotage this hoe. God damn. But the Hitman ending, and I'm not going to share the movie. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. But the Hitman ending was like, oh, they even killed people. Oh, shit. You feel me? They kill people and have a happy ending. God damn. I'm like, well, god damn. You can't make that shit up. So yeah, y'all go check this out. Hitman on Netflix. It was absolutely amazing. But essentially what it was showing was the id, the ego, and the super ego. Now your super ego is essentially your moralism, right? What your mama and them programmed you with. You feel me? That aspect of you gotta go and get up to church every Sunday or whatever. You feel me? Or yeah, that shit where you be deep embedded in you. Oh well, I gotta go to church. You feel me? That type of energy, or that moralism kind of idea of the world. You feel me? Being polite or whatever, right? All of that kind of stuff. That's the programmed rope nature of you just being programmed heavy by your parents. Now the ego is you using your own divine mind, but using your own divine mind based off of your hurts and pains and experiences in the world, right? So now you get hurt by a black girl when you was 15, and now all of a sudden all black girls symbolize to you hurt and pain. So then you don't never take your shot. Now you go for Hispanic chicks and shit. Or let me break it down to an easier way. So, you fall down the stairs one time when you're 8, and now all of a sudden, every time you get on stairs, you're holding the rail because you're trying to be safe and secure. That's the ego. And that makes sense, right? Because we need the ego. We need that to be safe, secure, and kind of in alignment in this world, right? But the id is your animalistic instincts. This is how you get down. This is your primal ego. This is before birth, right? This is who you are naturally. This is essentially how you're moving. Look, it says located in the subconscious mind. Unconsciously try to satisfy basic sexual and aggressive drives. Pleasure principle, right? And we did a whole thing. Shout out to Pacho. We did a whole thing on the pleasure principle and manifestation. So now all three of them aspects is hitting you all at once in your Saturn return. And essentially, it's up to you to try to find spirit in that particular time that's going to move you in the right direction, right? Of your purpose driven. Now, it might not be the most favorable situation. Like, for instance, with me, like me breaking up with my partners and being up was hard for me. You feel me? That's all I knew. I'm like, God damn. That shit was hard to the mother. What? That shit was crazy. Hey, to this day, I still be like, damn, I'm glad I did it, but that shit was a challenge because you know these niggas since you was fucking 5 and shit, 7 and stuff like that. Feel me? Got in a apartment fights with other people and shit like that. Okay, I'm not gonna put discriminate. I'm not gonna criminalize myself on this whole, but all of that stuff, right? So, yeah, that was a challenging period, but I knew my spirit was saying, "Look, I'm looking around at these niggas. I said, nigga, y'all ain't even on my level. I know it too. I don't give a fuck where. I know it. I just know, feel it." And sure enough, 10 years later, 39 now, right on time. You feel me? So I want the family to understand that to the core. Like, whenever you are going through this process of your Saturn's return, this can be a powerful time for you to make a huge step, a huge pivot, a huge choosing violence for yourself that will shift your world tremendously. It's going to be rocky at first, right? Because yes, nigga, I was fucking broke when I left my friends, like heavy broke. You feel me? I think I even had to I had to even live with my mama for 2 months. You feel me? 20 is still rocky. Trying to get to it, right? Had to try to get to it quickly. Because I said, fucking, I'm out of the whole game. No drugs, no nothing. So now I'm starting basically from square one and trying to figure out how to be, humane in this bit. You know what I'm saying? That shit. So then boom, 2 years later, PE job. Just like that. Just based off of me doing my spiritual work, getting into my spiritual bag, slowly, not really meditating, but having that kind of feeling of, okay, but let me just try to work things out, what I'm saying, in my mind, right? And sure enough, transformation time. Because that school that I was at was even transformative, because it was literally the school I went to and all the traumas I faced with my proximity friends. Give me some questions, family. Give me some questions. What y'all got? I need that magician book. I say. I think I got a few of them, but I will figure out how to sell them whenever I think about it. Thanks much, Dream. I got a signed copy from you. Ashe. Yeah, that's right. I sold a lot of them too. So I was teaching niggas how to save $100 a check and buy stock at 16 when I was working at Walmart. That's good. Titus. Yeah, that's it. You feel me? So, we want to lean into who we were destined to be, just because these friends grew up, and that's what I look at. That's the biggest aspect for me. Well, for me, that was the biggest aspect, was my friends, because I knew they were holding me back based off of me being in a whole different mindset than them. You feel me? And there was nothing wrong with them. They just was more animalistic in nature instead of thinking with their higher mind, like myself. So naturally, you know what I'm saying? And they still had this Christian based type of mindset a little bit, like not really going to church or believing in church or anything like that, but still, you know, God got me, and this whole Jesus kind of motif type of thing that they didn't even believe in. They just was programmed into it based off of their mama and their grandmamas going to church every Sunday. So, that's how this thing happens, and that's where this thing actually hits his head. You feel me? You got to deal with the matters of your heart, and your heart is your true self. So you want to lean into the fear, because some of that fear, false evidence appearing real, is actually the gateway, the portal to transform you into a different beast. Can the Saturn return happen after 29? Yeah, about 29 to 30. That's when it happens. 27 to 30. You feel me? So essentially, the Saturn returns every 30 years for you, and based off of your age and where you're at, right? So then now it's responsibility time. It's man up time. And it's not responsibility like the human responsibility. It's more responsibility for your purpose driven, more responsibility for your passions, what were you set out here to do. You feel me? Now, a big aspect of that also that I gotta mention is that some people might be stuck at a job knowing that damn job is not for you, and they would literally fall in alignment with the job because it's paying their fucking $1,000 bill rent every month. You feel me? So now you might be stuck. You might have trapped yourself based off of the $1,000 apartment that you say, oh, okay, this at least I have a house or whatever. I'm cool, right? But literally, you're supposed to be up out of here, right? And transform into something real strange based off of you being that chaos being that you are. Look, I'm telling you, we probably made 1,000 sitting here. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like shit like that. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about hoping and wishing. We're talking about making actionable steps, right? That'll turn into that goal, that guide. You feel me? Because essentially these actionable steps is not even 10:30 yet, family. Come on now. Them actionable steps is you taking control of your life, right? Based off of you following spirit. So this is a must, family. I'm telling you, you have to just fall in alignment with your purpose driven and not look back. It's going to be hard at first because essentially, you're still going through that old self, new self journey, right? So all of this we're talking about in the Patreon. So I suggest everybody that's not in the Patreon, y'all need to come on with it and start making these moves so you can start being in alignment with your true self, your divine self, God, and not have to worry about that 9 to 5 that you keep on dwelling on or whatever. You feel me? Because as we keep on going more and more into this Aquarian age, this shit is the time for you to flourish and thrive in this bitch. So that's what I mean. Like, we have to be able to run the plays in this hole because essentially it's over with. And if you're not running your play, your spiritual plays, you're not a spiritual being. You got to take that actionable step. That spirit says, hey, look, nigga, I need you to make this YouTube video. You're like, I don't want to do that shit. Like, that shit crap. I need you to make this TikTok video. You fighting it. You like, damn, niggas gonna be chastising me and shit. God damn. Oh, I don't want to do that shit. damn, hey, I just need you to take that jump one time for me. Come on, I got you. And you don't take that jump, and guess what? You stay in the same current that you've been staying in. You feel me? And just keep. So I'm trying to move people into that space of understanding. Like, look, nigga, there's no other thing you can do down in this bitch, and this shit doesn't even matter because it's an illusion. So because you're not trusting spirit and running the play with spirit based off of your programming, based off of you not doing your chakra work to rid yourself of the human emotions, now you're so convoluted by not making this jump or showing your face on YouTube or whatever. So we want to start. Then that's a responsibility. Saturn return. That's a responsibility for you to understand that you have a purpose down here rather than working at that call center that's not serving you, boy. Can you explain how to deal with this in the 50 to 60 age range? Yeah, because it is hidden. I got you, Barbara. Let's see. Because it is hidden during that specific time too as well. And well, that's good because that's your sacral chakra, which is your pleasure zone as well. You feel me? So now, Barbara, I would say do a heavy amount of sacral chakra work if you're not finding your pleasure. You feel me? Because your Saturn return, especially at that age, this is when you're supposed to be in the pleasure-seeking realm. That's why retirement happens at that age and so on and so forth. So remember, the 6 means sex. 6 just means sex, and sex means pleasure, or sex means creation. So you're supposed to do stuff like artsy stuff, go on cruises, right? You're just supposed to be basking in the glamour where you're just living in that particular zone of genius where you're being creative, right? Like maybe you take a sewing class or art classes or cooking classes, right? And just have fun. That's the biggest aspect of that 58 to 60 age range. You're supposed to be having fun. So if you're caught up in something that's keeping you redundant at a job, right? And it's not making you have this fun or seeking out this fun, riding bikes, what's that? Playing bowling and stuff like that. You know, having fun, having sex, a lot of sex at that age. Sex heavy. You feel me? Get you some good sex. You feel me? That shit, you gotta find you one of them old school cats, a 60-year-old, 55. Young lions taking that sea moss. Taking that what's that shit called on the TikTok? That taking that what's that shit they sell it on the TikTok now? That shit. That she legit taking that and getting instead that young 55-year-old coming. Oh, let me put this on you. Feel me? Yeah, I appreciate that rising vibes. Put this on you. Feel me? That type of thing. Chaos. Hey, I'm telling you, shit, me and D-Ray, when we 60, 70, 80, nigga, I'm gonna be sea moss the fuck up. Be Tonga Cat Ali the fuck up, boy. What? Put them beans on the stove and bring your ass here. You feel me? That's when you supposed to, okay, let me ride this pleasure zone, because another aspect of it too as well is when you're in the sexual act, you can actually get channels and downloads from your spirit that's going to put you in a different place of genius. So now you do want to, fall into that specific realm heavy, the sexual realm, right? Because essentially that's what all the spirit is about sex. And it's about controlling sex and having responsible sex, but then tantric sex and, you know, all this other stuff, kundalini energy, all of that is just essentially going back to that principle, right? So yeah, Barbara, have you some good sex, get your husband and get that nigga going right. Hey, all right, we in this thing. This is our time to get down with the get down. You feel me? How can you get your mind still into a meditative state, basically calming down your thoughts? You just said it, Alan. Meditate. You feel me? Meditate on a waterfall. I want you to just visualize a waterfall over and over and over again. Don't worry about what you're thinking on all that other stuff. Just visualize a waterfall. The waterfall just represents you ridding yourself of the low vibrational stuff. I was doing that waterfall meditation for years. Just that, for years. Damn near 2-3 years. Just visualizing a waterfall, because I had so much trauma and backed up stuff that I had to rid myself of, you know, the worry, the fret, the fear, and all that low vibrational stuff that wasn't serving me, right? Because again, remember, this is about having a positive mindset about yourself and having a positive outlook on who you are, right? This ain't about letting your past dictate you. This is about your vision dictating you. So if your past is dictating you based off of you having these robotic thoughts, these rote learning thoughts over and over and over again, then you're going to stay in the past as that hood kid that was 11 getting zebra cakes from the corner store for 25 cents. You feel me? So you want to break free of that old self mentality, because that old self is just keeping you locked down into something that you were supposed to test your way out. So that's another aspect of sex, is your testosterone, right? So fellas, you got to get really heavy into transmuting that testosterone into fueling your adventure, which is taking actionable steps towards something, right? Females don't like niggas that's just sitting around playing video games and shit. They want to see a nigga that can move and get out there and hunt and do something. You feel me? So you don't want to be caught up in the low T game, the low test game, because it's a test and it's testing you to make actionable steps. So that's why I was telling the fellas in the Patreon, I said, hey, hold your seed, fellas, because essentially, you know, that's where it's at. But where was I at? Can you see like our cousins and such beings a sort of friend like that also? Yeah, Ro, you already know, Ro. Yeah, all family members, friends. You know, Bobby used to say it. Bobby said it. Bobby was like, nigga, fuck them family members. Fuck them friends. That shit is a test. Again, this is just spirit testing you to see if you're going to break out. This is your true self, your higher self testing you. This is what you came down here to experience. You came down here to break free from them niggas. That's your whole purpose, is to break free from your proximity friends. And do you, because they were here as automaton people to keep you down, right? What they call them, Agent Smiths. You feel me? That's all they are, is Agent Smiths. Family, all of that shit don't matter. When we transition, that shit is a farce. And see, that shit is holding you down to this earth realm. That's that whole super ego thing, right? Hold on, let's get back to it. Your mama and them taught you that, hey, we have each other's back no matter what. You feel me? Meanwhile, your brother is on crack heavy, and you like, damn, I gotta hold you down forever. And he just can't get rid of the crack. He just staying on that crack heavy. And you like, well, that's my brother. Fuck it, I got his back to the end. And nigga, yeah, you remember that shit? What's that? When they say, yeah, I'm gonna go to jail for my partners. That shit, that's a subconscious thing. Yeah, now if you doing the dirt and you in the street, then that's what it is. You gotta take that bid because you in the game. You feel me? So you can't just snitch on a nigga and you the one in the game with him. Nah, that's trash. You can't do that. But that's why you gotta get out of the game, right? Because essentially they're holding you back and holding you captive into the cell energy, the jail cell energy that's gonna lock you up. So friends, family members, co-workers, some people got holds on their co-workers. Like, nigga, the only person you gotta worry about and deal with is the person in the mirror. Till you get to that stage, then you shit. You'll be stuck over and over and over. That's what I'm saying. You cannot fuck him. Don't pick up the phone. Y'all know, this nigga don't want shit. Fuck it, let me pick up the phone. Hello? Yeah, I see LeBron in there again. Yeah, that nigga went off in that game. Hell yeah. Nah, nigga. Hell nah, man. Kobe's still that man. Man, nah, fuck that. It's Jordan. Nah, man, Kobe better than that nigga. You got me fucked up. Y'all arguing over some bullshit. And that whole thing take an hour and a half, 2 hours. You on the phone. You can't see. Niggas call me. They talking about some money, baby. You feel me? Where the motion at? Where the action? You can't be calling and just saying, "Hey, yeah, did you see the Lakers and that shit?" Nobody ain't watching that bullshit, boy. Hey, that's hey. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to remove yourself from anybody that's holding you in that yeah, Orion, that's it. Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. You want, well, shit, that's what I'm saying. Some of them boys have tunnel vision for their partners. Can't wait until they call them. Can't wait to watch that damn shit that ain't serving you. You feel me? That what's that shit called? Them conspiracy theory people and shit like that. Can't wait to get home and watch that shit. Ooh, what did Kamala do today? Oh, Donald Trump, that nigga did it. Be excited than a motherfucker to watch that whole. You just waiting for 2030. You waiting for 2030 like a motherfucker. You can't wait for 2030. You like, oh, I can't wait because I am gonna get my universal basic income and I'm gonna shit on these niggas. Hey, that's not how this thing gonna work, baby. You're gonna have to remove yourself from that thought form or whatever you think. You just a slave still. That's all it is. If they give you free lunch, then there's something to it. And you're gonna have to get to it before they give you the free lunch and you get stuck in that zone of genius. Because they just trying to really keep you in the house. Hey, we're gonna give you this free lunch, but you can't spend it. You can't spend it during these times or whatever. They might make some crazy shit up. You can only spend it on whatever. You can't travel with it. If you get outside of this range, then it's no good. It doesn't work. Whatever. You never know how this thing gonna work. So essentially, family, right? We want to really look in ourselves and really understand that, look, nigga, that shit. Okay, if all this conspiracy stuff, what does that even do? See, what we talk about in the Patreon is no conspiracy, nothing. That shit ain't doing nothing to you, nigga. To pay it no mind. You sitting here watching this same Donald Trump conspiracy thing, and you believing that shit is gonna impact your life, and you just playing defense on an illusion. And you could be getting in your bag a genius and turning up to make specific plays in this world, right? That will set you free on another adventure. You feel me? Because this is all about adventures, right? And having these experiences. that's going to unlock another level of consciousness inside of you based off of you seeing the Egyptian pyramids or the Tibetan mounds and shit. So that's what we're talking about. You wasn't meant out to come down here to work a 9 to 5 and be slaved into this idea of redundancy. You came down here to explore, be explorers, be people that, build and have dialogue and social, social reactions based off of the adventures that you're going through, right? Travel and do things and try things. You feel me? That's the whole basis of coming down to this earth realm. Is to try things and do things and see how far your mind can go based off of you pushing yourself into another level of genius. Yes, family. I love and appreciate y'all. Love and appreciate y'all. And hey, it go down. Patreon family, y'all know what it is. Book club tomorrow. If you ain't a part of the Patreon, get with me. The Patreon link should be somewhere down below. And look, this Patreon is just about us building, right? We're building, we're growing into a whole new fold, growing into a whole new thing. Look, almost 1,000 as I'm sitting here. Hold on, let me share it again so I can give y'all some motivation. Almost 1,000 as I'm going. Hey, we talking about who we talking about today? We're talking about Yachty. What's his nickname? Boat, right? Nigga, get on the goddamn boat, man, and save your life. Peace to the gods.